inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. Welcome to our today's webinar on Green Earth, Healthy Environment, Healthy Life, organized by Girls Islamic Organization. Let's begin our session with a beautiful Quran recitation by Sister Aisha Alia. Please join me in reflecting the words of the God. Sister Aisha Alia, over to you. Sister Aisha?
Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, sister, please proceed with Quran recitation.
I couldn't turn on my video.
It's okay, you can just go on, inshallah.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وهو الذي يرسل الرياح بشرا بين يدي رحمته حتى إذا أخلت سحابا ثقالا سخناه بما لبلاد ميت فأنزلنا به الماء فأخرجنا به من كل الثمرات كذلك نخرج الموتى لعلكم تذكرون والبلد الطيب يخرج نباته بإذن ربه والذي خبث لا يخرج إلا نكدا كذلك نصرف الآيات لقوم يشكرون. Translation. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. It is God who sent the winds bearing good news of His coming grace, and when they have gathered up the heavy clouds, we drive them to a dead land where we cause rain to fall, bringing out all kinds of crops, just as we shall bring out the dead. Will you not reflect? The fertile land produces abundantly by the will of its Lord, whereas the infertile land hardly produces anything. This is how we vary our lessons to those who are thankful. Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah khairan, Sister Alia. May Allah bless us with understanding and implementing the Quran's guidance in our life, including our responsibility to care for the environment. Now, I would like to welcome Sister Azimu to give us the welcome address webinar conducted by Jamaat-e Islamiyah Hind Girls Women's Wing. To give us the welcome address, introduction of Jamaat-e Islamiyah Hind and Girls Islamic Organization. Sister Azimu, please, it's over to you now. Please set the tone of our webinar on Green Earth, Healthy Environment, Healthy Life. Over to you, Sister Azimu. We couldn't hear you, sister.
It's my pleasure to welcome you all to this Info Healthy Lives. Tonight, we sustainability aligning with the United Nations. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Please continue.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to this important event, Green Earth, Healthy Environment, Healthy Life. Tonight, we gather to discuss the critical topic of climatic change and sustainability, aligning with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Organized by Jamaat-e-Islami Hind, JIH, is an Islamic organization working towards promoting social welfare, education, and community development. And its Girls Wing, GIO, Girls Islamic Organization, focusing on empowering young girls and women through education, spiritual growth, and community service. Tonight's event, we have an excellent lineup of speakers who will share their insights and expertise on climatic change and sustainability. Let's briefly introduce our speakers. First, we have Ms. Varsha, dedicated social worker and founder of a Born to Win Research Foundation Trust. With over a decade of experience, she has been instrumental in raising public awareness about pollution caused by plastic and promoting initiative to reduce hunger. Her efforts have been recognized through various awards, including the Social Entrepreneur of the Year Award and the Global Humanitarian Initiative Award. And next we have Ms. Aisha Siddiqa. She's a dedicated social science teacher with experience teaching students in the standard 6th, 7th, and 9th. She holds MA degree and she's currently pursuing her B.Ed, demonstrating commitments and ongoing educations and professional development. Moving to next speaker, we have Dr. V. Shobhana Devi ma'am. She is an assistant professor with a strong academic background in tourism studies. She has the various programs including BSc Hospitality and Tourism and VOC Hospitality and Tourism and has presented papers at national and international conference. Her area of specialization includes sustainable tourism development and tourism impact. Then we have Afrida Sulaiha. She is a lecturer at Aspire College of Excellence in Chennai, holding a MA in Tourism and Travel Management and having qualified UGC NET. She has served as LAC member, Local Advisory Council member, co-secretary of GIO Chennai Metro, now city president of Chennai Metro, and Zonal Advisory Council member of GIO Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry. And next we have Dr. Selvi Ganesh ma'am. She is a legal expert with a PhD in international law from Jawaharlal Nehru University. She has worked as a legal advisor to a German embassy and through a various institutions including Ombo University in Ethiopia. Currently, she is a visiting faculty at Vellore Institute of Technology and provides legal consultancy service. Last but not least, we have our Aisha Ismail. She is a highly accomplished academic and leader holding MSc and MA degree as she is a qualified NET. She served as assistant professor at Arunachal Arts and Science Women's College in Kanyakumari district. She has progressed through various leadership roles, starting as a junior GIO, then unit president, city Chennai president, zonal secretary, and currently holds the position of zonal president of GIO Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry. Waiting to collect your votes.
Jazakallah khairan, Sister Azimo, for your thoughtful and grateful words. May Allah bless you. Climate change refers to long-term warming of the planet due to human activities such as global warming and deforestation, burning of fossil fuels, etc. Sustainability involves meeting our current needs with compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their own needs. To give an overview on climate change and sustainability as in Sustainable Development Goals, I would like to call up Ms. Varsha to open the talk on today's current topic. Over to you, Ms. Varsha.
Good evening, one and all. First of all, let me congratulate you all for taking all the efforts. Hats off. You all are the real heroines here. And this is Varsha Aswani. I'm a founder of Born to Win Research Foundation Trust. Today, I want to focus on together. Let's take a pledge, all of us, to gift our Mother Earth. When I say gift our Mother Earth, each one of us take up the responsibility to end the landfill. We are talking about awareness. So let's talk about action. What is the action that we can take? As simple as adding more incinerators for disposal of sanitary pads, that also ends in a landfill. Today, all of us are using sanitary pads month on month. Our recent initiative was with the 300 police officers training in Villipuram, where 300 police training officers live in 52 acres Tamil Nadu Police Training School. When we had a talk, when we went for the distribution, we understood there was no sanitary pad vending machine and incinerator. Can you imagine? All 300 become the hero and 300 women discard, and that ends in a landfill. Every small thing that all of us together can control is see to it that does not end in. When I say landfill is anything that we throw, it goes to the dump yard. Every single plastic less is a gift to our Mother Earth. A great initiative which we've been doing last and doing lot of awareness is carry your own cloth bag. One cloth bag is equal to 20 plastic less. I just want to know, will you all are ready to be the hero? Can I hear you all?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, definitely.
Yes, ma'am.
So how it starts is, you can have a collection drive. You can place cloth bag collection drop boxes at various apartments. The whole month is a World Environment Month. So this should continue 12 months, round the clock, 24/7. Then also 0.01 contribution also we cannot make. Trust me, because the land is filled with plastics. At least the main, what we can do is we can play our role right. Here, all of us, we can have drop boxes at various locations. In your schools, colleges, neighbors, you can collect the cloth bags and you can distribute it for free to the local vendors. Can you all just imagine? You become a hero if you can. Now, for example, if you just ask anyone, can you donate 5 cloth bags? Anybody will give you. But it's just not that 5 bags. You are reducing 100 plastic bags. Today, we all have cloth bags at home. Don't we have? Do we all have cloth bags at home? Can any one of you answer?
Yes, yes, definitely.
So one cloth bag, don't we use it minimum for 20 times?
Yeah, 100%.
Yes. So if each of you collect 5 cloth bags, so you reduce 100 plastic bags. That is why there are proverbs. There's so many proverbs that are meaningful proverbs that are made. I'm using the commonest proverb. Every single drop makes an ocean. Every single plastic less is a gift to our Mother Earth. Do you all agree with me?
100%, ma'am.
Today we all are here. I don't want to bring in any quotes. I'm just speaking my heart out. I don't have any paper with me. I have not written anything. This is just out of experience and years we've been doing this. We've been associated with Indian Coast Guard, CISF. We collect cloth bags and we distribute it to local vendors. We give them awareness. So this is how we reduce. If you are a college student, if one student brings one bag, if you are 1,000 students in a college, you are 1,000 into 20. You are reducing 20,000 cloth plastic bags. Do you all agree? You don't need CSR.
Yes, yes.
You don't need CSR funds. You just need an right intention to do an initiative. Everyone present here can drive this initiative and reduce plastic bags. I'm very keen. So today, when we go back, it's just not about the talks that we are going to, like, what did I talk? What is other going to talk? It is the input and what is the output of today's meeting. Fair enough? Are you all, hello? Can you all hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Please continue.
What is the output of today's meeting? There are so many conferences, climate change conferences happening, such big budget conferences happening. At the end of the day, what is the result that we take back? With this group, I really expect the result that I take back. I will have a word, I'll have a meeting with Rabia. So with this, you will attach, today we had World Environment Day. We had Varsha speaking. This is the output. We have collected 1,000 cloth bags. We are going down to the market and giving it to local vendors. It is just one person donating one cloth bag. And then you attach that to a file. I will count that as a real successful Environment Day meeting. Any questions if anybody wants to ask me? This is a zero funding initiative. Do any of you have any questions regarding this? Any guidance you want? Any of you? Okay, is any of you ready to join hands?
You can count me, ma'am.
Great. Definitely we are rocking. Definitely we are doing this initiative. And 20th of June, I will share it with Rabia ma'am. We are having an International Yoga Day. We are conducting a yoga session where 1,000 police officers are going to join. Can we distribute 1,000 bags that day?
Yes, sure.
We can do that, right? So you can attach this in your project. It's just not a Zoom meet. It is the real difference that we are making to the society. So I truly believe in action, right? So let the action speak. So not taking much of your time, I believe each one of you are hero. Each one of you can make a difference. We don't have to be dependent on any CSR. We don't have to be dependent on anyone. We are leaders. We have the power to lead. As simple as collecting just one cloth bag from one person. When you listen 1,000 cloth bags and you're reducing 20,000 plastic bags, isn't it huge? Does it not touch your heart? Doesn't it makes you feel that you've done a great deal? Just one college, each one donate one. No CSRs, no collecting funds, nothing. Without CSR, without money, it's a zero funding initiative. And you're making a tangible difference to Mother Earth. So my best wishes to all of you. I wholeheartedly thank Rabia for giving me this opportunity to spread a word. I'm sure that if even one person can take this forward, I'll feel successful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your thought-provoking, stop-provoking. I was really impressed by your words. Like, how can one cloth bag can really change the climate and our environment? It's really very much impressive. Inshallah, I'll definitely take forward the step with my team, for sure, inshallah. So really, thank you for sharing your valuable insights on our today's topic. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Welcome, dear.
Now, Next, I'd like to welcome Sister Aisha Siddika to speak on the topic climatic change and sustainability as sustainable development goals.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Is my voice
Walaikum
audible?
assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Yes, your voice is completely audible.
Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri. It's good evening to all of you present here. Indeed, I would like to call up as an eco warriors here today. So it's both an honor and a heartfelt responsibility as we are working on our World Environment Day 2025. So I would like to present my webinar on the theme of this year, Ending Global Plastic Solution. I would like to present my screen. Is my screen visible?
No, it is not visible. No,
It is not visible, ma'am.
no.
One second. Is it visible now?
No, your video is on in both the mobile, I think.
Can someone share screen for me?
Afrida, please get the PPT and share, ma.
Yes, Auntie. Yeah, she has started.
Yeah, now it's visible.
Yes, ma'am. So I would like to start up. So the topic for today for me, I would be covering upon the theme. It's Ending Global Plastic Solution. So introducing myself, I'm Aisha Siddiqa, social science teacher handling class 6, 7 and 9. So here the primary focus of my presentation would be to eradicate plastic waste and microplastic solutions. So as a social science teacher, my role goes far beyond textbooks and classrooms. I believe my great responsibility is to shape minds that are aware, compassionate, and proactive about the world they live in. Today, we know students who are very much into wrappers, plastics that they can just have their snacks and throw around. But we, as maybe as eco warriors, and me myself as a teacher, I think it's an urgent need for all of us to make the students and the young children aware of the problems the plastic brings into our life. So teaching about the environment is not just part of the syllabus, it's part of my purpose. So let's begin by stepping back and looking the world we have created. So the first topic, introduction to the plastic age. So we all would have learned about Stone Age, about Iron Age, right? About Ice Age, so many ages. But then the world we live in today is actually the plastic age. So plastic has indeed revolutionized industries. Today we all think that it's available easily, it's very low cost, and it's very modern to carry around the plastic bags. But today it has become a double-edged sword. We now produce around almost 400 million tons of plastic every year. And shockingly, more than 11 million tons end up in our oceans annually. This is no longer just an environmental issue, it's a global crisis that threatens all life forms, including our own as well. The scale of the crisis, if you could see, if we can just imagine, as Varsha Aswani ma'am told just now, it's not just about the plastic, the land which we fill in with all of those plastics around, but then the world which we are heading onto it. Today we can see plastic everywhere. It is found in the deepest parts of our ocean, in the soil beneath our feet, and even in the air we breathe. As presented in my slide, we could see the microplastics. So they are very tiny, nearly invisible plastic particles. They have been found in our water, our food, and disturbingly, even inside human bodies. We would be wondering how those microplastics would enter our human bodies. So if you could see in the slide over there, those microplastics are present deep inside the ocean. And those marine animals which feed on those plastics, and in turn, when we intake all of those animals, we also consume all of those microplastics in our body. And scientists estimate that maybe by 2050, plastics could overweigh all the fish in the ocean. Just imagine the scale of devastation that could cause to marine life, coastal communities, and global ecosystem. But we have to think around, right? Why is plastic so problematic? We all know the fact, right? The first one, it is non-biodegradable. It can take hundreds of years to decompose. Secondly, many plastics, they contain toxic additives which can leach into our food and water. And the culture of using single-use plastics, those items used for minutes but they last for centuries, has only made things worse. And finally, poor waste management, especially in developing countries, means much of these plastics ends up in landfills, rivers, and oceans. And what is the result which we get? The impacts of this crisis are far-reaching. Marine life suffers immensely. Animals ingest plastic, get entangled in it, and they die painful deaths. Human health is also at risk. As I told earlier, microplastics have been linked to hormonal disruptions, cancers, and immune system problems. Plastic production itself contributes to climate change, releasing vast amounts of greenhouse gases. So what is being done? So what we have to do? As we all know, to give a long speeches and presentation will not bring about any solution. As ma'am already told, we need to step on the action. And globally, many organizations, they have started to limit the usage of plastics. So global initiatives and agreements, if we could see in the slide. So globally, there is a hope. We have many organizations who are really working to stop the plastic usage. So the United Nations Environment Program, they have launched the Beat Plastic Pollution campaign. International agreements like the Basel Convention are really helping regulate plastic waste trade. Most promising of all, the Global Plastic Treaty is currently being developed to ensure consistent international action and regulation. It's a start, just a spark we have got. But really, we need to work more on that so that we can really have a very good result. Now, we have seen about the global initiatives. Let us also ponder upon our country's role and responsibility. So what actually India has been doing to eradicate or to limit the usage of plastics in our ecosystem or environment. So India's role and responsibility. So I would like to reinforce on one point over here. So on July 1st, 2022, India took a bold step by banning certain single-use plastic items. From plastic earbuds and straws to thermocol decorations and packaging films. So I have listed out various kinds of single-use plastics over here. If you could see in the slide, all plastic flags, plastic sticks for balloons, candy sticks, ice cream sticks, thermocols, invitation cards, cigarette packets, all these are single-use plastic items. And India has really started initiative to ban all of these single-use plastics. So this is a landmark move. So showing the world that we are serious about change. But enforcement and public participation are key to success. Now, what can we do? We really need solutions, right? We cannot just keep on speaking on certain issues and we can just forget and move on. We really need to work on the solutions. So those solutions must be real, achievable, and impactful. Like what ma'am just now she rightly told, we can always get about the world cloth bag and we can distribute for the people, right? So reduce plastic use by opting for reusable bags, bottles, and utensils. So if we buy those cloth bags, we might use it for maybe 20 times or 25 times or more than that. But the single plastic polythene bags which we get, we just use for one time and we are going to fill it with lots of plastic items which might not be biodegradable and we might end up losing a land as well. So innovate by supporting and creating biodegradable alternatives. We can also improve waste management and recycling infrastructure. And we need to really launch awareness campaigns in schools, in our neighborhoods as well. And as much as possible, like what we are doing today, we can more create initiative in online spaces. And also we can organize cleanup drives and participate in local eco initiatives. So I have included a few things which we can do. So using eco-friendly alternatives, creating informative content, like we can make students aware, asking them to make posters to stop using of plastic items. And plastic-free future is our hope and our responsibility. We have many success stories as well. Okay, there are many stories around the world which prove this battle can be won. So Rwanda, for example, they have strictly stopped plastics and they are seeing positive results. In Kerala, innovative waste management models have transformed entire communities. So my motivation grew when I saw my students taking small but real actions. I would like to bring about an example from my own school itself. So on 26 Jan 2025, we as a management from our school, they actually organized a Guinness World Record where the students would emphasize that the cloth bags have to be implemented or used in our daily lifestyle and they will have an end to the polythene bags. So carrying cloth bags, refusing single-use plastic, organizing cleanup drives, and raising their voices through posters, plays, and projects would really be helpful for the students to understand the need to stop the usage of plastic. And one student who is learning from the class or the school, he might be an educator who might move to his or her home and they also might teach the other people, the other elders at home. So that ripple, I knew then that I was in the right place, so doing the right work, encouraging my students to stand against all of those plastic items. Students, school like us, they have a very powerful role to play. So we have to take part in cleanup activities. So we need to be the voice of nature. Every step we take will definitely make a difference. Maybe not very quickly, but the slow change will really bring about a very good result. So as we have very shortage of time, I would just like to present a poem where we could understand. I would like to read the poem and make others understand why the world should be really without plastic. The ocean carries our carelessness in silent waves. Turtles mistake our trash for food and vanish quietly. Mountains of plastic grow where forests once breathed. Children inherit a planet wrapped in poison. We craft convenience, but bury life beneath it. The wind lifts forgotten wrappers into trees of sorrow. Each choice we make echoes in the soil and sea. To stop plastic is to begin remembering Earth again. For me personally, this webinar today was not just a day's destination where I could just say my points and move on, but for me personally, it's a movement where more young people like us just should join our hands together, not just informing it to others, but we need to be the inspiration where every other people can see themselves not as bystanders, but as protectors of this planet. That's the legacy I want to leave behind, not just the lesson taught, but the values lived. Because in the end, the environment is not a separate chapter in my curriculum being a teacher. It is the story of our shared survival. And I am here proudly saying that I would like to rewrite a story with a generation that refuses to give up on Earth. So, my dear eco warriors, there is no planet B. If we want to clean oceans, safe food, and a future worth living, we must really act now. Let us pledge today to refuse, reduce, reuse, recycle, and most importantly, to raise awareness. Together, we can beat plastic pollution. Together, we can protect our planet. Thank you so much. Let's be the change the earth needs. Thank you for the opportunity, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Aisha Siddiqa. It's really very much impressive the way you presented. It was really a provoking presentation for us. Within a few minutes, you have told a very lot of things than our expectation. It was really beyond our expectation. So really, thank you for enlightening us on World Environment Day. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, please join me in welcoming Dr. Shobita Devi to have a talk on today's topic. Over to you, Doctor.
Good evening, everyone. It's a privilege to be with you today as we are discussing about the significance of green earth, healthy environment, healthy life. Every year, World Environment Day is celebrated on June 5. It is a day that call us to reflect, act, and protect the only home we all share, our planet Earth. This year, I want to speak directly to a group that holds immense power to shape the future. Women are the center of daily consumption decision on what we buy, how we store, what we carry, and how we dispose of things. For example, from shopping bags to food packaging, kitchen products to personal care, everyday choices have a direct impact on the environment. For example, in most of our daily life, we the women take most of the decision in our home, right? It rightly, so if we are in a right direction, definitely the pollution can be reduced to the larger extent. And the sad truth is, many of these choices now involve single-use plastics. As mothers, daughters, professionals, caretakers, decision makers, and community leaders, women not only influence households, market, and mindsets, and today I ask you to use that influence for something urgent, that is saying no to single-use plastics. So as we all know, environment is the natural world around us. It is not just air, water, land, plant, animals. It also includes other ecosystems. It supports all life and provides essential resources like oxygen, food, and shelter. It is not only for humans. It includes all other living creatures. and a healthy environment is crucial for survival. But many of the human activities are increasingly threaten its balance because of the irresponsible activities caused by humans through pollution, deforestation, and climate change. I don't like to talk much about climate change because we are suffering because of the climate change. Because of our act, the changes in climate make us to suffer in various ways. Sudden flood, in most of India, for example, Kerala, Karnataka, Himachal, Delhi, everywhere flooding is taking place because of sudden cloudburst, right? So all these things are happening nowadays because of climate change. So why these things are happening? In the sense, most of the forests are being degraded or being turned out as a urbanized expansion. For example, 10 million hectares of land or forest area is completely lost every year. It's like a country, it's like the size of Iceland, right? So 1 million species face extinct from human activities. So if we are clearing those forests where those living creatures will live, if they don't have any place to live, if we are degrading their habitat where they will live, so they become extinct. You can't see them. You can't live with them, right? So plastic, we all know, everyday life, plastic is part of our life, right? From water bottles to disposable covers, everywhere we used to carry plastic. Whatever we buy, either it can be a fruits or it can be a meat, they will provide us in a very nice plastic bag, right? Even though single-use plastic is banned, we are generating 8 million tons of plastic every year. And 7 million premature deaths are causing because of pollution. Because of these waste can't be degraded in the land, and some of the waste can be, they can be burned, which leads to air pollution, and 7 million premature deaths are happening. So the greatest threat to our planet is the belief that someone else will save it, as Robert Swan rightly mentioned. So we can't expect somebody else to save our earth. We have to take the initiative from our side as well. So single-use plastic, we all know it's not just plastic bag, water bottle, straws and all. So the way we use it in everyday disposable containers, we are getting disposable boxes for carrying some food. So whatever you order in Swiggy or some other food outlet, so we get it in, sometimes we will get it in paper bags and all. In certain hotels, we are getting single-use plastic container only for our food. So we have to take wise decision in reducing those containers, right? So seems convenient. So plastic may seems convenient, but it may have heavy environmental cost. So how it is being dumped in the landfill sites. So waste are being increased every day, similar like a mountain. The waste are being dumped by the people. For example, in near Chennai, Perungudi, if you have a chance, just visit those landfill sites. How our activity is degrading the land. It not only degrading the land, and we now started polluting the oceans because of flood. Whatever carry bags or plastic things, whatever is being taken to the ocean, and these things are eaten or being swallowed by the marine organisms. So what are the causes it creating to the humans? Not only humans, other species as well. 8 million tons tons of waste enter ocean every year. Okay, so air pollution because of burning of pollutants or waste also create air pollution affecting human health. So most of the urban cities, not only because of vehicles, so even vehicles are also polluting. The waste being solid waste, whatever waste generated at home, it is being dumped. Food waste. Food waste is the major contributor for the methane gas. So because of methane gas also, pollutions are taking place. So plastic takes 500 to 1000 years for degradation. So although it won't be completely degraded, so those waste are converted as microplastics, which are being tested in human blood also, because we are taking food from plastic container, from the ocean organisms like fish, all those things. And because of that, our blood itself containing microplastics. So we have to avoid single-use plastics. So what is the role of women? For the next slide. So the role of women and environment education. So we have to start questioning what my act is doing for the environment. Am I living or behaving well for the environment? Because responsible acts are necessary right now, because we are borrowed the earth from our future generation. We are not living in our earth, because we are already polluted to the larger extent. Okay, so we have to question how our acts are eco-friendly. And we have to, as Varsha ma'am and the previous speaker mentioned about, join hands together, better participate in cleanup activities. So it make us to realize, make us to think before we buy some products. Reduce, reuse, recycle is the mantra. So before we purchase something, we will think over, is it good or wrong? So because it is not only we are spending money to buy a product, whatever we buy, is it eco-friendly? Is it good for the environment? We have to think it out. So if we started reducing our waste, definitely we can control the pollution. So we have to join together. So certain things we have to join. And many countries like Costa Rica have moved towards renewable power. So youth leaders inspire millions of people worldwide. So avoid plastic bottles, make use of these steel bottles, go with eco-friendly products. We also have menstrual products, sustainable menstrual products. So earlier people used clothing. Now we have a refined one, recyclable one. So in order to avoid napkins being degraded in the environment, ethical responsibility to protect the Mother Earth. So we all know plastic pollution not only harms the ocean species, but also harms the wildlife. So it is the main problem you can see during the flood. I hope many of you witnessed Chennai flood, how it impacts water being blocked, right? So we have to take wise decision in recycling or reducing our waste as well. So women should start leading with nurturing spirit of protecting the earth. So leave a cleaner earth for future generation. So I like to conclude by quoting Dr. Jane Goodall quote, that is, what you do make a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make. She is a leading global advocate for wildlife conservation, animal welfare, and environmental protection. She founded the Jane Goodall Institute and the Roots and Shoots Youth Program. She inspired millions to protect nature. Her lifelong dedication has made her a symbol of hope, compassion, and tireless activism for the planet. So choose to act. As already mentioned by the speaker, there is no planet B for Earth. So thank you. Happy World Environment Day. I also wholeheartedly thank the organizing team for doing a remarkable job in raising awareness and educating the importance of preserving our Mother Earth for future generations. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was really inspiring thing for us. And we'll definitely join hands together and make a plastic-free environment, and let's all develop our environment together, inshallah. That was really inspiring, ma'am. Thank you so much. By your words, may many youth get inspired, and let's have a very healthy environment in the future ahead. So next, we are delighted to have Sister Afrida with us today. Let's welcome her. Sister Afrida, please go ahead.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Dear sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. A very warm good evening to everyone present here. So this Environment Day, we are discussing about how we can go sustainably in our daily actions. And இவ்வளோ நேரம் வந்து நம்ம ஒரு பிளாஸ்டிக் ஃப்ரீ என்வாயன்மெண்ட் பத்தி பேசிட்டு இருந்தோம். எந்த அளவுக்கு நம்மளோட ஆக்ஷன்ஸ் மூலியமா சஸ்டைனபிலிட்டி ப்ரொமோட் பண்றதை பேசிட்டு இருந்தோம். We were also talking about other alternatives. So I would like to enhance my views on what Allah has commanded us as Muslims, as human beings to do to this world. When we think this world is only for the human beings to live, definitely the answer is going to be no. Allah has not created this world only for the human beings to live. He has also created the other living things like plants, animals and all. Where will they go? This is also their earth, right? We can act, but they cannot act. They provide life to us, but we are only degrading everything to them, right? So there are like apart from Islam being a very religious religion, a very spiritual religion, there is also instructions and commandments which a Muslim is obliged to do to his environment. And that is what I'm going to highlight today in my speech. So the Islamic beliefs and values gives an effective and comprehensive solution to the current environmental challenges, I would say, which we are currently facing. Okay, so Islam has a very rich tradition of highlighting the importance of environmental protection and conservation of natural resources. The Holy Quran and the Sunnah, those two are the guiding light to promote sustainable development in the whole world itself. So when we do it in our surrounding, of course, people are going to witness it. They will also practice it. And that is how it is going to get spread throughout the whole world. So the privilege to exploit natural resources was not given to human beings. We can make use, but we cannot exploit. So the Holy Quran has a number of specific references. The Quran verses gives reference to ecology, and it also contains some most important principles for environmental conservation. The first principle that I would like to highlight is guiding Islamic teaching on environment sustainability. It's not just important to learn Islam only on the basis of a religion, but when you look at the wider aspect of Islam, it is what we practice in our daily life. It is about the environment we live in. It is about how good we are with our neighbors. It is how good we are, how kind enough we are with the animals. And of course, everything comes under ecology, right? So there is a concept of trusteeship. So every Muslim is a Khalifa, right? A representative. And what is the role of a representative? They guide people, they do activities which the others are going to witness. There is no concept like let others do and then I'll do. மத்தவங்க பண்ணட்டும், நாமையும் பண்ணணும், மத்தவங்க பண்ணட்டும். நிறைய ஆர்கனைசேஷன்ஸ் இருக்காங்க, நிறைய பேர் வந்து இதுக்காகவே வந்துட்டு இன்ஸ்டாகிராம் பேஜ் எல்லாம் வச்சிருக்காங்க. No, that is not what a representative should do. நம்ம கையில நம்மளுடைய ஆக்டிவிட்டிஸ் எடுத்து பண்ணோம் அப்படின்னு சொன்னாதான் there is going to be a change. If not, everyone will have the same mindset. So I would like to quote a Quran verse. Children of Adam, dress well whenever you are at worship, and eat and drink as we have permitted, but do not be extravagant. God does not like extravagant people. So this Quran verse is from Surah Al-Araf, chapter 7, verse number 31. So if you just listen to the last part, do not be extravagant. And today we do not have enough cupboards to stock our dresses. We don't even give it to poor people, but we throw it away. We don't want the others to use it. Only I will be using it. And I don't even have place in my house to stock up. That is not the right idea. We are being extravagant, and what extravagance is going to cause? So much of plastic, so much of things, bottles, all fancy items, and none of it is environmental friendly. It is only contributing to excess of toxicity, all toxins into even our body. Yes, so like the hadith, the sunnah, or the tradition of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he very exclusively dealt with various aspects of environment, including resource conservation, land reclamation, and environmental hygiene as well. So he also discouraged overconsumption, luxury, lavishness, and he encouraged moderation in all walks of life. We are a median community, right? Ummata wasatan. Yes. So we have to be a balanced community. You cannot expect luxury, you cannot expect lavishness in all walks of life. Then we are going to be failure in such case. Because that is not what is guided to us. Right. So I would like to quote a popular hadith, okay? The earth is green and beautiful, and Allah has appointed you his stewards over it. So this also reiterates the Quran teaching that human beings have been given the responsibility of guardianship over the natural environment. So it is not just one person or two person, or only the prophets or selected people. No. Every human being on this earth, they are responsible towards this environment. It's not a particular organization, not a particular movement. No. We have to bring in the change. We have to make the change, and people will follow us. So the prophet, he clearly forbade the destruction of trees and crops even during war times. So he gave very high degree to the importance towards sustainable cultivation of land, waste minimization, and like kind treatment towards animals, preservation of natural resources, and the protection of wildlife. So very often we hear the term, don't eat animals. No, don't eat them. They're all poor. They're all harmless creatures. But we are forbade. It is haram to eat wildlife, wild animals. Why? We are allowed to eat the domestic animals like goat, camel, cow and all. Yes, but not the wild animals. Because the livestock of wild animals is very less. So during the lifetime of a goat or a cow, it can give birth to like say around 5 to 7 or 10, kids and all. But wild animals, that's not the case. In its whole lifetime, it only gives birth to like 3 to 4 cubs and all. So if we are going to consume them or use them for some other purposes, where will the wildlife go? There is no protection for them. And if we don't consume what is allowed to us, it will become overcrowding. There will be no place for the domestic livestock to live. There will be no place for us to live. And we have goodness in consuming that. Goodness in the sense, we get good protein sources, fat sources, and then we make use of the other products like the leather and all. And one reason is that they experience pain. It is not the pain that they experience by the way of halal cutting, because only one slit is made on the main nerve and there is absolutely no pain for the animal. So this is how Islam emphasizes on protecting wildlife also. So he said, like, if a Muslim plants a tree or sows seeds and then a bird or a person or an animal eats from it, it is regarded as a charitable gift for him. It's sadaqatul zariya. That means even after death, even after our death, okay, we get the rewards from what we have did to our society. So I would like to emphasize a few points, okay, on what we can do. Is that first one is going to be mindful consumption. We can never expect a very luxurious life, like you can have 100 dresses or 365 dresses, like one new dress every single day. No, we don't have place for that in our house. Okay, so individually, if we start doing this portion control, it will automatically reduce wastage. Okay, and then opting for sustainable brands, especially when it comes to cloth bags. So all these are going to make the environment sustainable and friendly to the living things. And then it is about giving charity. Muslims give zakat, which is like 2.5% of their total wealth, to the needy people, to the poor people. It is the only motive is to uplift them economically. Okay, if I'm gonna give it in a collective way, a person who doesn't have a job, he can have a very small startup, a very small investment, very small startup. And next year, most probably he could also be uplifted to the level of him giving zakat. So this is how equality uplifts. It is uplifted by Islam, and there is no inequality here. And then we have to support the leaders who are pushing for change. Okay, and here we have Sister Varsha with us, who is actively doing many workshops or organizing many things, like to conserve, and the usage of cotton bags and all. So we have many people doing that. And for World Environmental Day and all, we have many organizations who work for this sake. Just not for one day, okay, but throughout the year. If you are not able to do it, please support them. You can be of an economic support, or you can promote them, something that we can do in our way, and then educating others. Okay, so not everyone will get a chance. So educating, and finally is to nurture the nature. We have to live in, like, we are created to live in tandem with the nature, right? So I would like to conclude saying that we feel guilty when we waste food or when we cut down trees, but that guilt is not going to be of any use. Only when we prevent doing such things, we can contribute to a sustainable environment, conserving and preserving the nature. Thank you. Jazakallah khair for the opportunity. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah khairan, Sister Afrida. That was really a thoughtful thing what you have said now. As the statement goes, the change starts within. Definitely, we will do a change within ourselves to reduce the usage of plastic and save our environment. Definitely, when one do it,
Dilshad, you are muted.
thoughtful presentation. Next, join me in welcoming Selvi Ganesh next to have a talk on the topic of climate change and environment. Over to you, Ms. Selvi Ganesh.
Yeah, thank you. Can you just put the slide itself, slide mode, instead of all the what is there in the side? Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the organizers for giving me this opportunity to speak about environment. This is last 25 years I've been advocating against manual scavenging. It's I started off as how to manage the garbage. So from there, I came to this point of abolishing manual scavenging. So now, what you see in the screen, in the first screen only, just leave it in the first one. Yeah. So what you see in the screen, this is how God created the world. This is how beautiful it is. It is for not, the world is not created just for human beings. The world is created for all of us, even these birds, all flora and fauna have to live. Then there will be a balance. What do you think is this place? The picture is taken from where? Any idea? Okay, we can go to the next slide. I'll tell you, keep guessing, where is this place? It is there in Chennai only. Now that place I showed you in the first slide, it's the same place where the entire Chennai's dump is going. All the waste in the morning, you take out your waste and keep it outside for somebody to pick it up. And we don't care where it goes. We don't care what happens. We just want our home to be clean. But we are spoiling somebody else's home. You know whose home is that? You saw the birds in the first slide. From where they come from? They come from Canada. They come from Alaska. Whenever there is, in the winter times, it's all fully covered with snow. They don't get food. They fly all the way across all the oceans and continents and come here in Chennai. It is their home where we are putting all these garbages. Anyone, can you guess which place is this in Chennai? Okay, go to the next slide.
No idea, ma'am.
No idea. This is our Pallikaranai. Okay, you see, it is the same picture. The birds are standing here, and you see the amount of garbage which is being collected. In next one generation, this entire marshland will be destroyed. And this marshland belongs to these birds. They come visit this place every year. They come here, but we are destroying their home. Right? How? How are we destroying this? Can you go to the next slide? Because of our hyper consumerism. You can see, you go to anything, you go to the market, you go to the supermarket, they say plastic is banned. I wonder where it is banned. Everything that you do in the morning, you open your milk packet, it's a plastic. You open your kadugu seeragam oil, when you start cooking, everything is coming in plastic. Go to have bath. You brush your teeth in the morning. What is there? The Colgate is in a tube. is plastic. And the brush which you are using is plastic. Right? The shampoo which is there in the plastic bottle. So all these things, where it is landing? It is landing in that place in Chennai. It is Pallikaranai and Perumudi. All that we are using on a daily basis in single household, at least 2 kg to 5 kgs of waste which is coming out of each household. Imagine how many households are there in the entire city of Chennai. How many metric tons of garbages are coming out from each household, from each place, each area, and it is being dumped into a place which belongs to those birds, those flora, those fauna. There must be the birds are coming here because there are fish there for them to eat. We are destroying the fish, we are destroying the birds, we are destroying the environment. Who is doing it? It is we who are doing it. Can we go to the next slide? Water bottle, Coke, Pepsi, all these things we drink and we just throw it. Who is responsible? Did we drink water from these bottles when we're in the 70s and 80s? Why can't we go back to that lifestyle? Look at the amount of garbage just in front of the residential colony. How much it must be stinking? How much stench it will be creating for the people to live over there? Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Hello.
Sister Afrida?
Yeah, who is picking up? It is all, we are throwing it anywhere indiscriminately. Or in another 10 years, 20 years time, there will not be any street without garbage. Because the amount of things that we consume per day and everything that we take, and there is a waste in that. Whatever, since morning till night, whatever that we use, which is packed in plastic. Okay, it is packed in plastic, and what are we doing? We are just throwing it. Where are we throwing it? Anywhere. We consume some chips, use it and just throw it. We drink some Coke, Pepsi, drink it, just throw it on the way. This is our lifestyle here. Yeah, next slide. And what happens? It goes and chokes all the gutters. And these humans, they have to clean it so that we can walk in a clean roads or a clean streets. We are making, we have become such humans. We treat other humans this way. There's no dignity for them because of hyper consumerism that we are involved in. Yeah, next please. You just see the pictures. That itself is showing you so much. The picture is speaking volumes about what's happening around us. What is the solution? Okay, can we go to the next? Yeah, this is what is happening to other humans. This is what we are doing with our hyper consumerism. Next slide, please. Yeah, the most disgusting kind of a waste that we are creating is like our sanitary napkins. We use it and we ourselves don't touch it once it is taken out from our body. That goes into the mixed garbage. And it is eaten by cows, it is eaten by birds, it is cleared by bare human hands. They pick up all the garbages with bare human hands. You have seen the earlier slides. So there is a solution available. The sanitary napkin incinerators. This can be used. Next slide, please. We can use menstrual cups. I'm not promoting any product over here. I'm just saying, giving the alternative as women. We can use this alternative so that this will reduce, even if 25% of people, women, start using menstrual cups instead of sanitary napkin, 25% of the garbage will be reduced. If we start using incinerators, that much amount of garbage gets reduced. Yeah, next slide. We all eat chicken, right? The chicken feathers can be used as making textiles, which is already started. They already started doing that because whatever is a per kg of chicken is now the per kg of feather. Feather is also that much of it costs, right? Then go to the next slide. These are the solution I'm giving. We are using coconut. We South Indians, we love coconut products, coconut thing. So this can be saved up. Instead of throwing it in the mixed garbage, save it up. And it can be used as charcoal. It is also used in all the cosmetic products that we are using. Nowadays, we have charcoal soaps, charcoal, many charcoal products, cosmetic products. So come. Okay, next slide, please. It's the last. Okay, fine. So what I was trying to say is, as women, we can start collecting. I started this project of collecting this garbages. I mean, dry garbages from my own church. Okay, we have like my church women. They collect these dry garbages and they give it to me, and I take it for. I have someone who is helping me to store it in the go down, and these things can be used to produce, like as I showed you, what are the other things that we can produce? Like waste cloths can be used as rugs. It can be used as doormats. So women who are seeking some kind of a job, some kind of an income, they could be trained. They can make these rugs. They can sell it. They can make this doormats and sell it. So these kind of a training I'm trying to organize. So in my mission, if you would like to come, you can talk to Rabia or me, and we can work it out how we can reduce the garbage, how we can campaign, how we can reduce, how we can make this place a better place. I'm not just talking whatever is there in the knowledge. I'm just talking practically what we can do. As women, we can collect all these dry garbages, make sure that it doesn't go into the waste. So that way you are protecting the house of those birds which is coming from Canada. Okay. So we can keep in touch. We can work it out how we can make it a better place for our next generation. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. To be honest, the way you told, like how one household can bring lot of changes, then we have to imagine a city full of households, like how many garbages they are been collecting. Rather than being a host, I became a mathematician for a few minutes. Like I was literally calculating like how much garbage is on daily basis being collected. It was really a thoughtful thing, and it made me think a lot in few minutes of your time. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your thoughtful views you shared now. Last but not the least, now it's my honor to welcome Sister Aisha Ismail Madari to take over the stage. Over to you, sister.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. It's a privilege to share this platform with the eminent and I think they are most appropriate speakers for this topic chosen this evening. Alhamdulillah, we had a very good message today. But I should say that environment is not a very new topic for us. இல்லையா? சின்னதுல இருந்தே right from the school we hear this word environment, plastic. இது எல்லாமே நம்ம சின்னதுல இருந்தே நம்ம பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கோம், படிச்சிட்டு இருக்கோம். Wastage. So before going, let me go through the highlight points of the speakers today. Starting with Varsha ma'am, she spoke about the plastic, the landfills of plastics. Every land வந்து landfills of the menstrual napkins பத்தி அவங்க பேசியிருந்தாங்க. And she is very firm in saying no to the single-use plastics. And the other speakers also, while they were speaking, plastics is very dangerous. நம்ம எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியும் அது. Every one of us we know how dangerous is plastic. ஏன்னா அதோட effect we are seeing day by day அதோட effect வந்து நமக்கு தெரிஞ்சுட்டே இருக்கு. But still we can't அது ஸ்டாப் பண்ண முடியல. இந்த பிளாஸ்டிக் யூசேஜ் அப்படின்றது we couldn't stop. அந்த மாதிரி அது நம்மளோட டே பை டேல வந்து இட்ஸ் ரொட்டேட்டிங் இன் அவர் லைஃப். ஆனாலும் நமக்கு வந்து தெரியுது how dangerous it is. மேம் பேசும்போது சொன்னாங்க ஈவன் இன் த பிளட், ஒரு நானோ பார்ட்டிகல் மாதிரி பிளட்ல கூட, ஹியூமன் பிளட்ல கூட பிளாஸ்டிக்ஸ் இருக்கு அப்படின்னு சொல்லி, இல்லையா? ஸோ while the other speaker was speaking, this land is a blessing from our creator. We can make use of it, but we cannot exploit it. இல்லையா? நம்ம இந்த லேண்டை யூஸ் பண்ணலாம், பட் we cannot exploit the land. எக்ஸ்ட்ரா வேகன்ஸ் பத்தி சொல்லியிருந்தாங்க. அண்ட் சதகத்துல் ஜாரியா, எப்படி சதகத்துல் ஜாரியா அப்படின்னு சொல்லி இது ஆன்கோயிங் சேரிட்டி. வாட் இஸ் ஆன்கோயிங் சேரிட்டி அப்படின்னு சொல்லும்போது, ஒரு பிளான்ட் நீங்க பண்ணி அதுல தண்ணி ஊத்துனீங்கன்னா அது வளர்ந்து அது என்னெல்லாம் எதெல்லாம் நல்லது நடக்குதோ அதுதான் வந்து சதகத்துல் ஜாரியா அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருந்தாங்க. ஸோ இட் வாஸ் வெரி இன்ஃபர்மேட்டிவ் செஷன் டுடே. நிறைய விஷயங்கள் வந்து நம்ம தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டோம். என்வாயன்மெண்ட் இஸ் அ பிளெஸிங் ஃப்ரம் அவர் கிரியேட்டர். அண்ட் அந்த இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் பிளெஸிங் அப்படின்னு சொல்லும் போது அந்த பிளெஸிங்க்கு ஒரு இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் இருக்கும் இல்லையா? அந்த இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் வந்து நமக்கு தெரியறதே கிடையாது. அந்த இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் நம்ம வந்து உணர்றதே கிடையாது. லைக் ஹவு வி சே ஹெல்த் இஸ் அ பிளெஸிங், ஃபேமிலி இஸ் அ பிளெஸிங். இதெல்லாம் நமக்கு வந்து அதை எக்ஸ்ப்ளாய்ட் ஆகுற வரைக்கும், நம்ம விட்டு போற வரைக்கும் நமக்கு வந்து அது தெரியாது. அதனோட இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் நம்மளால வந்து புரிஞ்சுக்கவே முடியாது. ஒன்ஸ் அந்த டிஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லும் போது, என்வாயன்மெண்டோட டிஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லும் போது, அந்த டிஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் வந்து இட்ஸ் அ வெரி பிக் it affect every single living organism. அந்த டிஸ்ட்ரக்ஷனை நம்மளால வந்து நினைச்சு கூட பார்க்க முடியாது, இல்லையா? அப்படிப்பட்ட பிளெஸிங்கை வந்து நம்ம டிஸ்ட்ராய் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். we witness tsunami. I think everyone நமக்கு தெரியும் 2004ல end of the 2004 we witnessed tsunami and we are witnessing floods nowadays. எப்போ மழை வந்தாலும் எங்க தண்ணி தேங்கும், எந்த இதாகும், சென்னையோட நிலைமை என்ன, we are witnessing now. earthquakes, drought, famine, earthquakes, இதெல்லாம் நம்ம வந்து விட்னஸ் பண்ணிட்டே இருக்கோம். why? இதெல்லாம் எதுக்காக நமக்கு நடக்குது? இட்ஸ் பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் தி என்வாயன்மெண்டல் சேஞ்சஸ். we are not protecting the environment. நம்மளால அந்த ப்ரொடெக்ஷன், ப்ரிசர்வேஷன் அப்படின்றத ஒரு வேர்டிங்ஸ் மட்டும்தான் நமக்கு வந்து இருக்கு. பட் ஆக்ஷன்ல அது நம்ம வந்து எடுத்துட்டு வர மாட்டேங்கிறோம். ஒரு வேர்டா நம்ம வந்து ப்ரொடெக்ட் பண்ணணும், ப்ரிசர்வ் பண்ணணும் இப்படின்னு நம்ம பேசிக்கிட்டே இருக்கிறோம். But into action, I think very few of them are taking a huge step for that. நிறைய ஆர்கனைசேஷன்ஸ் இருக்கு, நிறைய இன்ஸ்டாகிராம் சொன்ன மாதிரி இன்ஸ்டாகிராம்ல நிறைய இதெல்லாம் என்ஜிஓஸ் எல்லாம் இருக்கு. பட் ஸ்டில் அது நம்ம கம்ப்ளீட்டா நம்ம வந்து என்வாயன்மெண்ட்டை ப்ரொடெக்ட் பண்ண முடியுதா, ப்ரிசர்வ் பண்ண முடியுதா அப்படின்னு சொன்னா இட் இஸ் அ வெரி பிக் கொஸ்டின் ஃபார் us. As a way of life, we tell Islam is a way of life. And as a way of life, Islam teaches us the importance of preserving environment. இஸ்லாம் நமக்கு சொல்லி கொடுக்குது என்வாயன்மெண்ட் எப்படி யூஸ் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி. Rasulullah, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he has created reserves for protecting natural resources. And we can see நிறைய ரூலர்ஸோட டைம்ல, இஸ்லாமிக் ரூலர்ஸோட டைம்ல அக்ரிகல்ச்சரல் டேம் வந்து அந்த காலத்திலேயே ஒரு சூப்பர் இன்ஃப்ராஸ்ட்ரக்சரோட அக்ரிகல்ச்சரல் டேம்ஸ் வந்து they have built. Islam has given so many importance to the environment, preserving the environment. And in chapter 15 verse 19 Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala சொல்றான், மேலும் நாம் பூமியை விரித்தோம், அதில் மலைகளை நாட்டினோம், அதில் எல்லா வகையான தாவரங்களையும் மிக பொருத்தமான அளவில் முளைக்க செய்தோம். இந்த பூமியை வந்து விரிப்பா வச்சிருக்கிறதே அல்லாஹ் வந்து நமக்காக தான், நம்மளுடைய இந்த வாழ்க்கைக்காக தான். இந்த பூமியை வந்து அல்லாஹ் இந்த ஏர்த்தை வந்து நமக்கு வந்து ஒரு விரிப்பாக அல்லாஹ் வச்சிருக்கேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்றான். அதுல வந்து மலைகளை வந்து நாம் நாட்டி இருக்கிறோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்றான். அதுக்கப்புறம் எல்லா வகையான தாவரங்களையும் மிக பொருத்தமான அளவில், அந்த வேர்டிங் பாருங்க, ரொம்ப பொருத்தமான அளவுல வந்து இந்த தாவரங்களை நம்ம வச்சிருக்கிறோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்றான். இறைவன் வந்து நமக்கு இந்த உயிரினங்களை வந்து வாழ தேவையான வசதிகளை வந்து இந்த உலகத்துல நமக்கு செஞ்சு கொடுக்குறான். ஆனா நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம், நம்மளுடைய சுயநலத்துக்காக, நம்மளுடைய தேவைக்காக இங்க இருக்கிற எல்லா விஷயத்தையும் நம்ம வந்து எக்ஸ்ப்ளாய்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம், அழிச்சிட்டு இருக்கோம். உண்மையா நம்ம அதுதான் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். நிறைய விஷயங்கள் நம்ம படிக்கிறோம், நம்ம கேட்கிறோம், பட் இன் ஆக்ஷன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லும் போது அது எல்லாமே ரொம்ப கம்மியாயிடுது. ஆக்ஷன் வரும்போது ஆக்ஷன் ஸ்பீக்ஸ் வெரி லெஸ். ஆக்ஷன் ரொம்ப கம்மியாயிடுது நம்ம கிட்ட, வேர்ட்ஸ் மட்டும்தான் இருக்கு அதிகமான டைம்ல. அண்ட் ஐ நீட் டு சே திஸ், everyone must hear of sustainable development goals. The 2030 agenda of UN, அதோட எய்ம் என்ன அப்படின்னு சொல்லி பார்த்தா, இட்ஸ் a peace and prosperity for people and planet while tackling the climate change and working to preserve oceans and forest. நிறைய டிஃபாரஸ்டேஷன் நடந்துட்டு இருக்கு. இப்போ செல்வி மேம் காட்டின அந்த பிக்சர்ஸ் பார்க்கும்போது it speaks a lot. Picture speaks a lot. அது பார்த்தாலே நமக்கு we can able to understand, இல்லையா? ஸோ இப்படி நமக்கு நிறைய விஷயங்கள் நமக்கு வந்து நம்ம பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கோம். நமக்கு வந்து ஆனா ஆக்ஷன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லும் போது ஆக்ஷன்ஸ் ஆர் வெரி லெஸ். நம்ம வீட்டுல எல்லாரோட வீட்லயும் ஐ திங்க் திஸ் ஷுட் பி தேர். அம்மா என்ன பண்ணிருப்பாங்க, பெரிய பிளாஸ்டிக் கவர்ல எல்லா பிளாஸ்டிக் கவர்ஸையும் போட்டு வச்சிருப்பாங்க. அது கூட நம்மளால இல்லம்மா இது பண்ணாதீங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்ல முடியாத ஒரு இதுலதான் நம்ம இருக்கிறோம். பட் we can tell them, we can tell our mothers, இல்ல நம்ம இந்த டைம்ல நமக்கு வந்து பிளாஸ்டிக் யூஸ் பண்ணக்கூடாது, நம்ம வீட்டுல பிளாஸ்டிக் கவர்ஸ் நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணக்கூடாது. நமக்கு வந்து இப்போ we are having so many alternatives. நிறைய ஆல்டர்னேட்டிவ்ஸ் இப்ப வந்திருக்கு. எல்லா இடத்துலயும் நம்ம பாக்குறோம் ஈகோ ஃப்ரெண்ட்லி, என்வாயன்மெண்டல் ஃப்ரெண்ட்லி, எல்லா இடத்துலயும் நமக்கு வந்து ஈகோ ஃப்ரெண்ட்லி ப்ராடக்ட்ஸ் நமக்கு கிடைக்குது. நம்ம ஸ்பீக்கர்ஸ் பேசும்போது கூட நிறைய ஆல்டர்னேட்டிவ் சொன்னாங்க. எப்படி அந்த பிளாஸ்டிக் வந்து எப்படி ரீயூஸ் பண்ணலாம், இந்த கோகோனட் இத ஷெல் வந்து ஒரு சார்கோலா நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். ஸோ இந்த வேஸ்டேஜ் வந்து ரீயூஸ் பண்றது எப்படி, இதெல்லாம் நம்ம வந்து இன்னைக்கு டுடே ஈவினிங் வி ஹர்ட். பட் இன்டு ஆக்ஷன், அதுதான் நமக்கு வந்து ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். பப்ளிக் பிளேசஸ்ல கொஞ்சம் நல்லா நம்ம யோசிச்சு பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னு சொன்னா, ஒரு ஃபேமிலி ஒரு பீச்லயோ இல்ல ஒரு பப்ளிக் பிளேஸ்லயோ இருக்கிறாங்க, அந்த இடத்துல உட்காந்துட்டு அவங்க எந்திரிச்சு கலைஞ்சு போகும்போது லுக் அட் தட் பிளேஸ் full of wastages we can see, இல்லையா? ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி ஆக்ஷன்ஸ் நம்ம வந்து எடுத்துட்டு வரும்போதுதான் இட்ஸ் அ வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் திங். நம்ம எல்லாரும் இது கண்டிப்பா செஞ்சே ஆகணும். சின்ன சின்ன விஷயம் சின்ன பசங்கள் கிட்ட நம்ம சொல்லி கொடுக்கணும். பேரண்ட்ஸ் அவங்க குழந்தைங்க கிட்ட சொல்லி கொடுக்கணும், இது பண்ணக்கூடாது, இது கீழே போடக்கூடாது, வேஸ்ட்ல தான் போடணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி நம்ம சின்ன வயசுல இருந்தே நம்ம வந்து குழந்தைங்களுக்கு சொல்லி கொடுக்கும்போது they can understand better. அப்ப சின்ன சின்ன ஆக்ஷன்ஸ் அதிகமா நமக்கு இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னு சொன்னா ஐ திங்க் ஆன் த ஹோல் we can change the climate, the environmental அந்த என்வாயன்மெண்ட்னால வரக்கூடிய அந்த ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் we can at least we can minimize. But we need to stop. That is the thing. So as ma'am said, there is no plan B for earth. இந்த உலகம் மட்டும்தான் நம்ம, இந்த earth மட்டும்தான் நமக்கு இருக்கு. It is a only living place for all the living organisms, not only human beings. அது நமக்கு நல்லா தெரிஞ்சிருக்கணும். நம்ம நமக்காக அப்படின்னு சொல்லும் போது இந்த வேர்ல்டு இந்த earth நமக்காக மட்டும் கிடையாது. இதுல எல்லா உயிரினங்களும் இந்த earthல தான் வாழுது. And we should know that everything in this earth, the every living thing in this earth are interrelated. It is interdependent. அத மறந்துட்டு நம்மளோட சுயநலத்துக்காக, நம்ம எனக்காக, நம்முடைய தேவைக்காக நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம் அப்படின்னா இந்த வேர்ல்டு, இந்த எர்த் வந்து the green, the environment நம்ம வந்து எக்ஸ்ப்ளாய்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம், டிஸ்ட்ராய் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். I think this is high time we realize the thing நம்ம அதை ரியலைஸ் பண்ணி அதை வந்து ஆக்ஷன்ல எடுத்துட்டு வர்றதுக்கு நம்ம அதிகமான முயற்சிகளை நம்ம செய்யணும். வி ஷுட் டேக் அ பிளெட்ஜ். இப்ப நமக்கு பார்க்கும்போது நம்ம வேஸ்ட், நம்மளோட இண்டிவிஜுவல்ஸ் ஹவுஸ்ல இருக்கக்கூடிய வேஸ்ட் நம்ம எப்படி டிஸ்போஸ் பண்றோம் நல்லா யோசிச்சு பாருங்க. எவ்ரிதிங் இன் ஒன் பேக், எவ்ரிதிங் இன் ஒன் பேக். எவ்வளவு கஷ்டமா இருக்கும் அதை எடுக்கிறவங்களுக்கு. அவங்கள ஒரு ஹியூமன்ஸா கூட கன்சிடர் பண்றது இல்லைல்ல நம்ம. அதனால தானே வி ஆர் டூயிங் தட். எல்லா வேஸ்டையும் ஒரே பேக்ல. இஃப் யூ ஷுட் நோ திஸ், நீங்க பார்த்திருப்பீங்க, ரீசென்ட்லி தமிழ்நாடு கவர்மெண்ட் ஹேஸ் பப்ளிஷ்ட் ஆட். அதுல வந்து குப்பையை வந்து வேஸ்ட் கார்பேஜ் நீங்க வந்து செக்ரிகேட் பண்ணி போடுங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஒரு நல்ல ஒரு ஆட் வந்து கொடுத்திருப்பாங்க. ஐ திங்க் எவ்ரி ஒன் ஷுட் வாட்ச் தட். மக்கும் குப்பை எது, மக்காத குப்பை எது, எது வந்து ரீயூஸ் பண்ண முடியும், அந்த மாதிரி நம்ம டிஸ்போஸ் பண்ணும் போதே we should take this at least this small effort. இது நம்ம கண்டிப்பா எல்லாராலையும் பண்ண முடியும். பண்ண முடியாத ஒரு விஷயமே கிடையாது. வீட்டுல வைக்கும் போதே 2-3 பேக்ல தனித்தனியா ரீயூஸ் பண்றது எது தனியா போடுங்க, பிளாஸ்டிக்ஸ் தனியா போடலாம் இல்லையா? சோ இந்த மாதிரி நம்ம சின்ன சின்ன எஃபர்ட் நம்ம சைட்ல இருந்து நம்ம எடுக்கும் போது we can make a very huge differences in the climatic and environmental changes. And thank you for this opportunity. Jazakallah khairan, and thank you for all the speakers today evening.
Jazakallah khairan, Sister Aisha. That was really a valuable contribution of yours. எங்க நம்ம ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணோமோ அங்கே வந்து முடிச்சிட்ட மாதிரி இருக்கு. ஸ்டார்டிங்ல நம்ம ஒரு பிளட்ஜ் எடுத்து ஆரம்பிச்சிருந்தோம், அண்ட் நம்ம என் பண்ணதோ ஒரு பிளட்ஜ் எடுத்து நம்ம என் பண்ணிருக்கோம். அல்ஹம்துலில்லாஹ். Now we have come to the end of our session. So dear participants and esteemed speakers, I would like to extend my heartfelt vote of thanks to each of you for making today's webinar a resounding success. I would like to thank our speakers for sharing their valuable insights and expertise. I would also like to thank our dear participants who are watching us on different social media platforms and our organizer for their tireless efforts in making this webinar a successful one. Let's continue the conversation on climate change and sustainability beyond this webinar we can make a difference. Thank you and goodbye until we meet again. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Assalamu alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Birahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Jazakallah khairan once again everyone for making this event a successful one. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.